Alrighty, so let's go over this new demonic beast Crockshell fight, because this thing is very interesting. So if you are unaware, this is a fight where you can bring in basically two teams. You don't get a sub-slot unit, so it's literally just two teams of three. And I guess that's the gimmick. The big thing that you have to worry about here, though, is he has immunity, and depending on what difficulty you're playing on, depends on how long the immunity lasts. So on normal, it's like 3 or 4 turns. I think it's 3 turns of immunity at the very beginning. And then on hard, it was like 5 or 6 turns of immunity. I haven't tried extreme yet, but honestly, I don't really think I'm gonna need to, because although you can get extra rewards from doing extreme, I don't know if it's really going to be that much of a difference, considering you can do 5 of these runs per day. You get a pretty decent amount of them regardless, even on normal. And these events are really cool, but they can be very tedious in the fact that you have to do them so many times per day, and you want to grind them out so that way you can, just get it over with, so that way you can clear out the event shop pretty much. Obviously, there's, you can experiment around on the fights and stuff like that and have some pretty good time doing so. But for the majority of players, I feel like you're going to just try to get it over with as quickly as possible, and you're probably just going to want to run normal for that. So we're going to be doing that. It's honestly not very hard. It's literally just like a small waiting game, building up ultimates and then taking him down all in one good sweep. So this is the team that I'm going to be messing with. I'm literally not going to use the backline team at all. I literally just have it, set up just for the CC, I guess. We're bringing ultimate move gauge, which honestly isn't really all that necessary. I don't really think that you need this, to be honest. We'll even take it off just because I mean, there's not really a point in wasting it. If you want to be more efficient, you can probably bring it if you want to, but this is the team. So we're using this green Liz. If you have her, she's going to be pretty good just because you can help rush your ultimate a little bit faster. And then you basically just want to bring 2 characters that can nuke pretty hard. So Green Jericho is obviously a really good one. Her ult just nukes really easily, and it can just deal a lot of damage, so she's pretty easy. She's pretty free to play friendly. Green Escanor can also be used in place of the one. I'm just using the one because why not? If I wanted to, I could switch it for potentially maybe Red Derriere would work, but you would have to worry about keeping up with her stacks and stuff like that, and I haven't really messed around with that, and I don't know if it would be the best option to. You basically just want somebody with a hard-hitting single target ult. So yeah, maybe Zeldris's ult might work, like regular Zeldris or something like that. I don't know. We're just going to use the one Escanor as an example, just so you know, you don't have to have the one Escanor. I'm just using him because it's going to be quick and easy. So yeah, basically the concept is you're going to rush ultimate with Liz, so that way you can use her ultimate to rush your other character's ultimates, and then you're basically just trying to sort of wait out the timer a little bit, so that way you can get his immunity debuff to disappear, and then you just ult him down first phase. He's transition phases, and then you ult down the second phase. It's honestly pretty straightforward. So I'm not really sure what the gimmick is. I think on extreme, you may end up needing to switch between your teams and stuff like that for like survival's sake. But on this one, honestly, we're just gonna move like 2 cards around, use 1 card. We're gonna pull our ult. We're going to try to do this quickly because honestly, you're going to have to do this 5 times a day. I have already tried it and I've beat it on hard, but it's just more time. Like the immunity debuff just lasts longer, and obviously he gets a little bit more tanky, so you have to worry about that. And for the rewards that you get for it, it's honestly not all that great. So we're going to waste this card. We're going to waste this card, so that way we can push our ults up a little bit. I do want to say, okay, game crashed. Okay, so we've got the game rebooted. Anyway, we're going to waste these 2 cards right here. The way Jericho's passive works is the more cards you use with her, the more her crit chance builds up. So if you can and you get decent RNG, you can just use her cards as much as you want. So that way you can kind of help get her ultimate move damage higher if you crit. I don't know exactly what his crit resistance or crit defense is or anything like that, but I assume on normal it's not too high. So we're just going to go ahead and use both of these, should be fine, and then we'll move the Escanor card just in case. So next phase we'll go ahead and be good to go. So he's ulting here. He stuns Liz. That would have been kind of a problem if he would have done it on anybody else. So maybe RNG might screw you a little bit there, so just be aware of that. And then I think what we're going to do is we're going to waste this card, ult, and then use this just in case for cleanup, but I'm pretty sure this will do fine. Boom, and then boom. Okay, so we ended up needing the second card. I didn't crit though. I don't know exactly what his crit resistance is though, like I said. So now we've got Escanor's ult. I do have my Escanor quite built, so like I said, just try to bring whoever you have that'll do the most damage as far as your single target like ultimate goes. And then here we go, boom, boom, easy peasy. So yeah, I mean, that was on normal difficulty, and you can see how tanky he is, and it's basically just like, you know, wait for the immunity to get off, ult into him, good to go. You can see we get 50 of these. I think at maximum on the extreme difficulty, you get like 70 of them. So it's really not all that crazy of a difference. I would recommend just running normal if you can. It's honestly just going to save you a lot of time, a lot of effort, because, you know, if it's following the same trend, which I'm pretty sure it is, I wonder if it'll even tell me about his immunity. Debuff disable, debuff immunity. I don't guess it does say anything about his immunity. Maybe it's just what he has by default. I'm not quite sure there. Maybe I'm missing something, but either way, if it follows the same trend as normal and extreme or hard goes, extreme is going to be just a huge waiting game. He's going to deal a lot more damage. You're going to have to wait a lot longer for him to, you know, like for yourself to even be able to do damage to him, and it's probably just going to be more tedious than it is worth. So I definitely recommend just running it on a lower difficulty. If you have the time, hard might work for you just because you'll get a little bit better rewards, but even then, 64 instead of getting at worst 48, not really all that like important. So that's pretty much it. There is a decent amount of rewards. You get 5 gems, which isn't like a whole lot, but there are a couple of decent costume pieces and stuff like that in the shop. You get the one Escanor headpiece, a Festival Merlin headpiece, and a new Purgatory Bond headpiece from just like, you know, getting the stuff out of the exchange shop. And of course, there's some other great stuff like Super Awakening coins, etc. So it's honestly pretty easy. Feel free to do it. It's not, you know, too tough. I just do it at a lower difficulty. It's just going to save you a lot of time and effort. So that's basically it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to subscribe for more content in the future, and I will see you guys in the next video.